today. From Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Patriots, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing is Allen on third. Flushed out right. First down and more for Allen. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. So the shotgun snap to Allen, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. And to give this time to the tailback. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen, but we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
On second down now, it's Parks, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on second down. Jones under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Allen's throw there complete to Myers. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 36. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Parks. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Henry here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This is caught. Touchdown. Hunter Henry. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. To throw, it's Allen. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. Throwing again on second down. Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It'll go as a gain of 4. And just like that, it's third down. From midfield, here's Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kyle Duggar able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to fourth down as well. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Yeah, this is taken at the 23. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Patriots take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Jones throw taken in here by Chase. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing, Jones. And that is incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to try and throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Allen now on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Myers. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From the 25 on second down, Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. The 20. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
3rd and long, dare we say 3rd and a mile. Pass rushers in sprinter stances, they know they've got a chance to get after him on this play. And somehow he finds a way past them. Gets away and takes off and picks up a first down. Can you believe it? Wow.
So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. 1 second, all that remains. Here's Jones. A final shot before break. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jalen Hurts leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail the visiting Cowboys at halftime. Ezekiel Elliott, potentially on his way to a giant afternoon. He has 3 touchdown runs in that first half. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. The football teamers showed flashes this year, but ultimately they were doomed by too many mistakes, though a victory there will end their season at 8-9. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On second down, it's Parks, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 89 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Well, these two teams, you might remember, met in Foxborough earlier in the season with the Patriots winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. On 2nd and 7, Jones eluding the pressure right. He will find his man Chase complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Parks. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And it's taken in at the 9. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now Jones. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for the Patriots.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On first down, it's Parks. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Parks, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll run on first down. It's Parks, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to...
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they open the lead up now to 25. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Rosas good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So that drive spanned 5 plays. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Parks. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 163 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest-Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the 45 on 2nd down, Allen, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job. Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is fielded at the 7. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Patriots, they finished the regular season with another win, their 5th
today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Oklahoma product, Baker Mayfield, trotting out there now with the rest of this Browns offense.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off. Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding it for a short gain.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. Butker's kick here is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines, the defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
So out comes the Patriots offense as they'll get their first shot at things here. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rest as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
He He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the give, it's Perkins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. On the run, it's Perkins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Patriots have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. There are none too plays that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
On third down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just lob one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
This is fielded at the 27. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. There's Perkins on first down. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
On second down, Perkins. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correct.
Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right?
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On first down, Parks finding some room at midfield. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive is going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From the 27, Mayfield. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it is the Kansas City Chiefs who will fight another week as they were able to eliminate the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got one half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator when we clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. Able to avoid him at the 40. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51.
first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Throwing, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know that we've seen their share of struggles, and the quarterback's been hit a few times in this game, but this one can't be put on the offensive line. They gave him plenty of time to throw the football. I think ultimately he has to be a lot more decisive in his decision-making and get rid of it and find an open target.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
The drive starts with a run by Perkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
117 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked off with great anticipation.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the Coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
7 yards, the pickup there. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Third and long for Mayfield. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, they go to Perkins. And some room to maneuver. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 28. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A handoff to Perkins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now Perkins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones.
And that's caught left side by the tight end Keene.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Touchdown! Jonnu Smith from 8 yards out. And the Pats are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they open the lead up now to 25. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The New England defense gearing up to take the field. They've had a great game. They have given this offense fits all game long.
Plenty to review, plenty to enjoy. How about the highlights that's going to happen out of this one? Big plays all around. A really well-played game on the defensive side of the ball.
Makes that film session fun for them, doesn't it?
Makes the film session fun and a lot easier for the producer and the director to pull out clips for the season-ending highlight video.
Absolutely. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. On second and a yard, Mayfield. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. A first down throw from Mayfield. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.
today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports.
The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out at Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Wiggles free. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. Fighting his way through contact. And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
Well, they've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Second and goal from the 1.
Edwards-Helaire.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster, and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 40 yards rushing for him now. A great start to this AFC title game. Now a play fake here on first down. Hunter Henry brings it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can,
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And that went off the mark, a little late with the throw. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, Other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Malik Harrison on the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hope we'll get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give right side. It's Parks, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now Jones on 3rd down.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. Touchdown, Patriots. Jamar Chase.
30 yards. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Lambo on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. The touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Mahomes firing complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual. As we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Able to find his man, John Phillips. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 22-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. On first down, Mahomes.
And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 17, Mahomes.
Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he has enjoyed some solid groundwork, and some good holes have been created by the guys up front.
Almost get the sense that their game plan is working to perfection, that what they worked on in practice all week, they've just translated and taken it out onto the field in this ball game. And boy, they're liking what they're seeing.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line.
95 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Parks. And some room to run now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another second down try.
So there is a silver lining, though. It stays second down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a first down before they have to start their downs over again.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They go with Perkins again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Here's 2nd and 9.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Rolling to his right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
To throw again on second down. Jones, touchdown. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After reviewing the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but then may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Mahomes going to throw.
A quick slant to Hill.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on second down, Mahomes.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Phillips. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 29-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. We'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the set. Now it's 3rd down.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. Three yards remain for 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones with slant caught by Chase. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Back to throw again. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 15. A minute 51 on the clock. Their Super Bowl hopes hanging by a thread as they come up on 1st down. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes to throw it. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to...
What is up? What's that? I'm actually finishing one, but if you have one ready.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Yeah.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense.
I'll have to definitely tell you what to tweak too, because sometimes the injuries are like the basic setting they already have it on for like the injuries. By the 3rd game, you'll have your team cleaned out with injuries.
As it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. On 3rd down, Parks. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there.
You know how long a quarters you want to do.
3rd touchdown of the game. And the Patriots are closing in on a Super Bowl berth.
Because I got 1 minute left in this game, and I can tell you the settings mine is on.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do. Yeah. I can definitely do that.
After the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
You get in the groove of it.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And their backs really against the wall now.
So I tried with crossplay on earlier today. And I was getting a lot more of the 14 on 14, 10 on 10. But as soon as I turn cross-play off, it's 6 on 6, 4 on 4.
Slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Mahomes now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. One final try for Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Phillips. Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, will see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and this one, me and Omega got, I'm like the 4th year in. I'm going to go through all my settings just to double check everything. setting I need to see. There it is, okay.